Y'all ready to do a look-see into the future? Guys, we get your best bets for NBA futures for the 2024-2025 NBA season. Let's get after it. NBA Futures Best Bets video is here for the 2024-2025 NBA season. We're bringing this to you at the midway point in the NBA season during the All-Star break, recording this on Friday, February 14th, 2025. Happy Valentine's Day to y'all, if you guys are new. Hopefully, you guys will be able to go back and view this video throughout the NBA season. These bets will be good till the end of the NBA Finals. We're going to have some Finals bets. We're going to have team to make the plan, team to make the playoffs, couple Rookie of the Year bets. I got 6 bets all together. One that kind of has 2 in it, if that makes sense. We'll explain more on that in a minute. But really found some good value that I love, guys, for the rest of the season. I think we're ready to lock in and make some money on these futures. Like I said, super excited about that. Spent most of the day trying to figure out what I was going to do for our bets video today. Obviously, NBA is on All-Star break. NHL is also on break as well. Thought about doing some college basketball, but just wasn't able to find a ton of things I love for today. So we ended up going with the futures for NBA. May have an All-Star Best Bets video for tomorrow on Saturday. Got to figure that out once again what we're doing tomorrow. We'll have something though, even if it's just talking about the All-Star game and some of the things that I like. Probably for the All-Star game, honestly, I'm not going to track anything official. So those are just going to be things that I like. And even if I'm going to bet money on it, I don't know. All-Star game, those things are more of coin flips. And I don't, are we actually getting edges on these things? I don't know. But we'll talk about it. We'll have some fun talking about it. And I'll let you know what my leans would be for the All-Star game. And different things surrounding it, like the 3-point contest, and who's going to actually win the All-Star game and different things like that. So, outside of that, guys, just wanted to say thank you guys for all your support here at the channel. You guys have been amazing. It's been a great time being back. Had a lot of support. Had a couple of $15 donations over the last couple days from our boy Luis. So just wanted to shout him out and say thank you. Wanted to say thank you to all our newest Straight Fire MVP signups as well. Mark Porto, SF Niners all day as our newest Straight Fire MVPs. Just wanted to say thank you to all you guys. Your guys' support has been amazing. Had a lot of fun. Like I said, we're rolling heading into the All-Star break. We've been on it feels like a month heater. We've been really rolling for about a month now. 11-1 though over our last 3 days, including a couple of sweeps over the last couple of days. Went 3-0 yesterday, 4-1 the day before that, and then 4-0 the day before that. So we've been absolutely rolling in the NBA, guys, and you guys have been sharing with me the money you've been making, which it makes me very happy to see. But like I said, I'm going to touch on a couple things in regards to some of that stuff at the end that I think you guys should hear. But without further ado, guys, what do you say we get after these futures bets and see what we got in store here for the future? All right, that's enough of my jokes for the day. All right, let's get after it here today, guys. At our number 1 futures bet here for today, we're going with the Phoenix Suns to make the play-in tournament. Now, this is not to make the playoffs. This is to make the play-in tournament. So, if they skip past it and get the 6th seed or whatever, we're not going to hit this bet. They have to fall between 10 and 7, which I think they will here, honestly. They right now are not sitting in the best of positions, which is why you're getting them plus value. They're a little behind the 8 ball here. But I think they could overtake one of these teams in the top 10 in the West and make the plan. Specifically, I think it's the Kings that they're going to end up booting out. And I think the Suns will be able to make it. I can't not bet on this team to make the plan because they're close right now, right? They're right there. They're like a game back. But obviously, this team is loaded with Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. I love Grayson Allen as well. They have a lot of talent on this team. It's hard for me to believe that they're not going to slip into the play-in tournament at least. Like I said, a lot of these guys will get a chance to get healthy over the break, and I think that'll be big for guys like Beal and Booker. Booker kind of limped into the All-Star break, missing the game there at the end with an injury. But they have a lot of guys you could trust. Obviously, Budenholzer, championship coach with the Bucks. He's the guy that you could trust to get this team back on track. And then they got the veteran experience, obviously, with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, both both championship level players, obviously. Like I said, this is mostly a bet against the Kings. I'm targeting the Kings because seeing the Kings play down the stretch, particularly in the couple of games that I observed versus the Pelicans, and they did not look that strong to me. They look like a team that I think the Suns can overtake. Suns do have the toughest remaining strength of schedule, it is worth mentioning, but the Kings have the second toughest. So like I said, I think it's the Kings that's going to be overtaken here by the Suns. I'm not worried about anyone behind the Suns. The closest team, I believe, is the Spurs. I don't think the Spurs have enough to get up over the hump. They're a few games back, and I think the Suns are going to be able to outpace them, like I said, with Durant, Booker, Beal, Grayson Allen. As long as these guys can be somewhat healthy, I think they'll win enough games here to get in. Last 10 games, these teams have identical defensive and offensive ratings. I'm talking about the Kings and the Suns here. Like I said, mostly a bet against the Kings. But I'm trusting the vets here of the Suns, their championship level players, and the experienced coach that they have for plus money to get into this play-in tournament. I think that they could get this done. The Suns aren't going to get up to 6. It's not going to happen. They're not going to get up that high. They're going to fall, I believe, within the top, between 7 and 10. But they're not going to get up. They're not going to go on that much of a tear. But I think they'll do enough here to get in, and I love the plus value that we're getting. So love it there for our number one play in the futures market, guys. We're going Phoenix Suns to make the play-in tournament, plus 130 odds on FanDuel. We're going one unit there. At number 2, we're going Dallas Mavericks to make the playoffs. Plus 115 odds on MGM. We're going one unit here. So this means that they have to get through the play-in tournament and get into the tournament as one of the top 8 teams, which I believe that they will do. Now you're like, Steve, this team is loaded with injuries right now, and they are. Daniel Gafford, I believe, out up to 6 weeks. Anthony Davis out for about a month. So why do you want to take the Mavericks here? Well, I was really inspired seeing them beat the Heat in the game right before the All-Star break without Klay Thompson, without Kyrie Irving, without Daniel Gafford, without Anthony Davis. And the Heat still had some players playing on their team. And the Mavericks were able to win that game. And I was like, man, that's impressive. For how many players that are out, Jason Kidd's holding this team together. And really down the stretch over the last 6 games, the Mavericks really played pretty well. With all the roster hiccups and stuff that they've had this season, they have been in jambalaya as far as with the injuries, Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, like I said, players in and out of the lineup. But man, if this team gets healthy, they are going to be more than dangerous. And I 100% believe that. Even just as is, with all the problems that they've had this season, the Mavericks are 7th in offensive rating, 14th in defensive rating for the year. And that's with all the hiccups that they've had. That's for the whole season. That's really impressive. I honestly think, as an outside shot, I think Jason Kidd really should be in the conversation for Coach of the Year. Whether he's going to be or not, probably not, but I believe he should be. For everything that they've had to go through, with all the changes, he's held this team together, and it was very much exemplified in the last 6 games before the break. Like I said, I believe that they're going to get Davis back, right? He's out for up to a month. That's what I'm reading on the injury report. He's not having surgery. He's predicted to come back. Even if he didn't, I still think this team's going to get in the playoffs. The experience with Kyrie Irving, obviously Klay Thompson's playing better of late as well. Like I said, I actually really like this Mavericks team. I love this team, obviously, with Anthony Davis. I think they're extremely well balanced. Once they get Davis and Gafford back in the lineup, I think look out Western Conference. I really do believe that. I actually think, a lot of people are hating on the Luka for Davis move, and I get it. I really do understand. Luka is a transcendental, transcendent player. He's not someone that I'd probably trade either. But I tell you what, as far as the win now narrative and how balanced the Mavericks are going to be if this team comes together, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, the in and out, and then you got your shooters on the outside led by Klay Thompson. I think they're an extremely dangerous team, and I'm expecting them, obviously, to get back to health before the play-in tournament happens. So as long as they could be a top 10 team, which I 100% believe that they're going to be, I believe they're sitting at 30-26 right now. As long as they could at least be in the play-in tournament, I think they're going to win in the play-in tournament and get into the playoffs. I think for plus value, I think you're getting phenomenal value here. And really the biggest thing that you're thinking about is Anthony Davis getting healthy. And right now, I think he will get healthy. Even if he didn't, Daniel Gafford at least coming back, I think this team will still get in the playoffs led by Jason Kidd, Kyrie Irving. I still think they're extremely dangerous. I really do believe that. So, love it there for number 2 pick, guys. We're going Dallas Mavericks to make the playoffs, plus 115 odds on BetMGM. We're going for a full unit there. Okay, for our number 3 pick, this is kind of jumping on the bandwagon here, but I think it's the right play. I really do. Oklahoma City Thunder to win the NBA championship, plus 230 odds on FanDuel. 1 unit here, guys. Dominance by the Thunder shouldn't be understated or ignored. They rank in the top 6 at both defensive and offensive rating. They're 10-3 versus the top 4 teams in each conference. So they've really dominated the whole league. And they play best versus the good competition. We saw what they did to Cleveland on their home floor. They just about won that game by 50. They only won it, ended up winning by 20 because they benched everybody. But they were up by an extremely big amount in that game. They just kind of showcased what they're capable of, particularly on the defensive end. This team has been absolutely suffocating on the defensive end. And I think the big thing that I'm looking at this year versus last year is the addition of Isaiah Hartenstein. I think that's the guy that really helps them get up over the hump. They finally got some good size. They got a skilled enough big man now that can obviously play the defense in the middle, bog up the middle of the lane, and also give them a nice finisher around the rim. You know, Hartenstein's really, I think, an underrated big, and I think he is that piece that kind of locks in this team now, led by SGA, Jalen Williams, and all the three-point shooting that they have. I kind of think about teams that, are good in the playoffs. I think about defense. I think about three-point shooting. I think about those big three-point shooters that we've seen over the years, the Ray Allens, the Danny Greens, all these type of guys that really are that big piece, that wing shooter that you need in the playoffs, teams that play great defense. And then you also have one guy that can close. SGA, there's no one better right now than SGA at closing a game. And I think that's really what I love about this team. They're pretty complete that way. Obviously, they lack some of the offensive skill in the middle. With Hartenstein, he's not the most skilled big. But what I'm saying with him is I think he's good enough to get this team up over the hump this year. And we've seen how dominant they've been. I think they do win the chip this year. I really do. Clearly a step above, and I think they get over the hump. So love it there for number 3 pick, guys. We're going to Oklahoma City Thunder to win the NBA championship. Plus 230 odds on FanDuel, going a full unit there. All right, the next pick is going to throw you guys for a loop because it's a hedge. And it's also something that I could see happening, but it requires some things to happen. For number 4 pick, we're going Dallas Mavericks to win the Western Conference. Plus 2,100 odds on FanDuel, 0.30 unit. Before you guys crap down my throat and say, Steve, what are you doing? You just picked the Thunder to win the championship. I know. This is called a hedge. So if the Thunder win the championship, we're still going to make about 2 units. Okay, so we're hedging our bet with a team that I think could challenge the Thunder. I think this is the team right here that I see from the West as a team that could really challenge the Thunder and make them run to the finals. Like I said, when I mentioned the Mavericks getting into the playoffs, I believe that they're the most balanced team when healthy. When healthy. That's the big question mark with the Mavericks. Can they be healthy for the playoffs? If they can, oh boy, scary team. Obviously, the Nuggets... The Nuggets obviously are a team that people are going to talk about too, but for the value here, I think the Mavericks really, to me, are the most dangerous team. The Nuggets have major question marks as far as with the bench and sometimes with the defense. The Mavericks, like we said, really have done both pretty decently this year. 14th in defensive rating, 7th in offensive rating this season. So I think they got, I trust, I don't know what it is. I think the Mavericks also are just that team that can give the Thunder the most amount of trouble. This team, as mentioned before, very dangerous as I view them as the most balanced. They also do give the Thunder the most trouble as far as on the scoreboard. They have won 3 or 4 matchups with the Thunder this season. When you consider that in the Thunder's record, that's pretty impressive. And like I said, the value that you're getting at plus 2,100, 0.30 units means we make over 6 units if they just win the West. So obviously, we prefer to have them win over the Thunder. And I think there's a very good shot at that, like I said, at that happening. And I think, like I said, if they get Davis back, you get that balance with Kyrie, Anthony Davis, and those shooters. Oh, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking of it now. We saw a little bit of it in that first game versus the Rockets when AD was dominating and Klay Thompson was shooting and all these guys were performing. I'm telling you guys, I think the Mavericks really are that sneaky dark horse team this year that can make them run. So I love it. That's part one of our number 4 bet. Part number 2 is Mavericks to win the NBA championship plus 6,000 for $5 or 0.05 units. For me, it's a different amount. But I love it. Obviously, here, if you're taking them to win the West, you should put $5 on them to win the chip too. So really, we'll make 1.95 units on the Thunder if the Thunder win the chip, and we'll make like 9 units on the Mavericks if they win. So basically all the same reasons that I just mentioned, guys. You're gonna want to have some money on the Mavericks if they end up in the finals. That's really all it is to it. Will they win the chip? I don't know. I mean, they'll be playing against the Celtics or possibly the Cavs or one of these teams. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for the value of having the plus 6,000 if they're in the finals, you're gonna want that value. So putting $5 on it or less is definitely worthwhile doing. Really nothing else to say to it other than that. You guys know what plus 6,000 is all about. So love it there for number 4 pick, guys. We're going the Mavericks to win the Western Conference plus 2,100 on FanDuel, 0.30 unit. And also to win the championship plus 6,000 odds on Bet Rivers for 0.05 units. So 0.35 units total here on the Mavericks here on that bet. All right, now on at number 5, we're going Jalen Wells to win Rookie of the Year for the Memphis Grizzlies. Plus 850 odds on DraftKings. Quarter of unit, 0.25 unit. This guy's gotten a lot of notoriety around the league for how well he's played defense. That's really the biggest thing with him. He's the highest rated defensive rating among rookies, so obviously we like seeing that. Wells has a much higher plus minus than the odds leader, Stephon Castle, who's plus 130 to win Rookie of the Year. Now, this is all about what hill you guys want to die on, right? Obviously, Stephon Castle probably deserves to be the leader right now, based on his offensive performance, based on his ability to create shots, different things like that. He's definitely a leg ahead in that department. But I think coming down the stretch, you could see Stephon Castle possibly lose minutes to Fox and Chris Paul. De'Aaron Fox kind of added another guard to that backcourt. So obviously, I think that could take away from Castle's usage, which could end up being huge. Obviously, Wells has played great on the defensive end. He is also averaging, 11.2 points per game. He's averaging 16.1 PRAs per game versus Castle's 19.2. But obviously, Wells throws in that defense for you. And also, you're on a much better team in Memphis, 36-18 for the Grizz versus 22-29 for the Spurs. Look at the plus minus of these two players. Wells has a plus 2.9 plus minus versus Castle has a minus 0.9. So honestly, I like the value that you're getting on Wells here more. If we end up missing this bet, Castle wins Rookie of the Year. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But like I said, for the value, I think we're getting much better value here with Wells, and also a much better opportunity, I think, to actually get there. I'm looking at this as kind of like, I don't want to die on the plus 130 hill, guys. On Castle, I think Wells here just offers more value. His numbers really aren't that far off from Castle as far as his offensive numbers, and his defensive numbers obviously are much better. He's noted for his defense. We've seen that his field goal percentage is also higher than Stephon Castle as well. So we like seeing that. So love it there for number 5 pick, guys. We got Jalen Wells, Rookie of the Year, plus 850 odds on DraftKings, 0.25 units. All right, this is along the same lines, but this is my dark horse Rookie of the Year. Again, all we got to do is hit one of these 2 picks, just like our NBA championship bet, just like we saw there. It's the same type of concept. Number 6 pick, we're going Isaiah Collier to win Rookie of the Year, plus 3,000 odds on MGM, 10th of a unit here. So obviously, I believe we prefer to see Isaiah Collier win Rookie of the Year, and honestly, I could see him very easily winning this for a lot of reasons. Collier really has been kind of a late guy that's come on late, and I think you could see that continue for the rest of the season. A lot of value still on him at plus 3,000. He's had 8 straight games of 8+ assists, In the month of February, he's averaging 26.7 PRAs, which is well above both Castle and Wells that we mentioned, their season averages. And Callier's usage has just been much higher than either one of those players. So the reasons why I think they could continue are multiple. Obviously, the Jazz are out of the playoff picture. They're going to want to see what they have with their young players. Collier is going to continue to get minutes as a rookie. And he's also played great. This dude's, a lot of games is getting 10-plus assists. He's getting his scoring together now, too. He's shooting 48.8% in the month of February. Shooting the ball well. He's obviously a great point guard. He's averaging, over 9 assists, I believe, in the month of February. The dude's been absolutely killing it of late. Like I said, his likelihood of minutes will continue. You don't have to worry, I think, too much about that. And it's been crazy to watch him and how his assist line now is 8.5, and that really needs to tell you what you need to know. As a point guard, there's nobody doing it better as far as dishing the ball out as a rookie. And like I said, he's picking up his scoring now as well. So if he really starts to put it all together, there's no reason to think that he can't win Rookie of the Year if he continues this down the stretch. He has really come on. He's really looking like the guy, to be honest. And like I said, for the value, if this misses, it's a tenth of a unit, guys. I like taking the value shots because I believe the value is here. I believe you're getting value with Isaiah Collier, and he's playing great. If he continues this level of play, I don't see why he wouldn't win Rookie of the Year. I really don't. Obviously, like I said, with Castle, the questions in the front in the backcourt there with De'Aaron Fox and Chris Paul and his minute count is always going to be somewhat limited. In Utah with Collier, I don't think it's going to be so limited. They're out of the playoffs. The Spurs are still actually in the mix. So the Spurs are still going to be trying to win games. They just added De'Aaron Fox, so they're trying to make a run at making the playoffs. The Jazz, no. They're not going to make a run at the playoffs. They're way far out of it. They're going to be playing guys like Collier, and they're going to see his numbers continue to possibly grow. And if that happens, I don't see how you deny him Rookie of the Year if this guy's up near 30 PRAs, which he very could be by the end of the year. You could see him averaging 30 PRAs. Because like I said, he's starting to put it all together really on both ends of the floor. So, like I said, for the value, like I said, I love Jalen Wells because of what he does on the defensive end, and he's also on a very good team. And I think Collier gives you this value on the other side where it's like, this guy can end up playing a ton of minutes down the stretch, and if he continues playing like he is, it's going to be hard to not like him as a Rookie of the Year, just because his numbers are going to be crazy by the end of the year. He's going to lead rookies in definitely the assist category, possibly even the points. Like I said, just love what he's doing here. So, love it there for number 6 pick, guys. We're going Isaiah Collier, Rookie of the Year here for the Utah Jazz, plus 3,000 odds on MGM for a tenth of a unit. All right, guys, going to do it for our picks for this futures video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Like I said, we'll likely have something out for tomorrow for the All-Star game. We'll get on and talk about it and see what we'll have there. I'll have some leans and just kind of update you on some things around the community. A couple things I want to make mention of, guys. We got our merchandise available now. This is our Allen the Bear shirt. He's a gambling bear, and he's got our emblem right there, Straight Fire Picks, and he's fun. He's having a good time. He's a cool guy. We took a lot of time designing this. One of our shirts that's available on our store. I'll have a link down below in the pinned comment in the description for that if you guys want to check that out. Also, we have some signs, some wooden signs that I wanted to show you guys as well. This is our Allen the Bear wooden sign, and this is just our Straight Fire Picks logo sign as well. Pretty cool stuff. My brother actually designed all this stuff. He's been doing a lot of our design work and doing a great job. So he's obviously my partner here at the channel at Straight Fire Picks. He does a great job, and obviously I appreciate him. Shout out to my brother Charles. Great guy, designs our stuff and does a lot of the back end stuff for us. So check out our merch store, though, guys. We got other stuff available on there as well. I'll put some stuff up on the screen. We have more shirts available on there as well if you guys want to check that out. It's a great way to support what we do, and you also get something in return. You get a shirt to support your favorite channel, I hope. And you can wear that swag around town and to the casino, wherever you guys are feeling lucky. You can wear it while we're sweating out the bets here at the channel. Like I said, great way to support us. You can also support us by becoming a Straight Fire MVP. That's really a fantastic value. I talk about it every time. $3.99 a month. You get access to all of our picks and our plays early, which I think any of our Straight Fire MVPs, I'm challenging any of our Straight Fire MVPs to say what type of value that is. Because you guys know now from betting these lines how these lines change. Ask our Straight Fire MVPs what lines they're getting. They should be getting, the lines that we have because we were posting them for them early, and it's always best to get those early lines, guys. It really is. I know I sound like a broken record, but like I said, it's also a great way to support what we do here at the channel. So, like I said, if you're not signing me, you are kind of missing out on that value. Because like I speak about it all the time, ways to beat the books. Get the early lines. Get the lines before they move. Have multiple books so you can shop odds. You want to take advantage of any edge you can get over the books, guys. You don't want to be giving stuff back. It's why I preach, bankroll management. We talk about how do I bet. I bet on all the straights, and then I put a sprinkle on the parlay. You don't want to be betting heavy on parlays, in my estimation. It's never a successful way to bet. Obviously, if you have lately here at the channel, you've done well, and I get that, and I'm glad you're making money. I'm not saying I'm not. But I'm saying long-term strategy, you want to be betting your straights and then sprinkling that parlay. You don't want all your eggs to be in the parlay basket, because all it takes is one thing to go wrong, and then you're missing out. On a day where if we go 4-1, we're still making great money on a 4-1 day, but if you took the parlay, you didn't make anything. And that kind of sucks, doesn't it? I mean, I know you get big risk, big reward, but by the same coin, this is not a sprint. We talk about that. This is a marathon. Over the course of time, we want to make money over time. We don't want to be pushing the envelope too much. That's how you get into trouble. And I want you guys as part of our community to be responsible bettors. I really do. It's important to me. Because I don't want people to get hurt by this stuff. I want it to be a process of every day. We show up every day with the goal of sweeping, right? We always have the goal of winning, and I expect to win. I really do. I've gotten to a place in my career of doing this now, guys. I expect to win every day when I post plays out. I do. It doesn't always happen, though. You guys know how this works. Injuries happen. Foul trouble happens. Blowouts happen. Misreads happen. I mean, there's times where, I can make a misread. I'm not perfect. But at the end of the day, we do the best that we can to get our advantages over the books. And I believe we've gotten that over the last couple of months here betting. So we want to keep those advantages coming, guys. And I want you guys to practice safe betting, and I want you guys to do things the right way. Because, I don't like seeing stuff where people are betting their mortgage money on bets. You shouldn't be doing that. And I'm being serious. I'm not it's not even a joke to me, because I don't like seeing people get hurt. This isn't it's supposed to be fun, guys. We're supposed to be having fun here. I believe we have an edge over the books, and we can take advantage of that. By the same coin, if you don't do it correctly, you can still get hurt. So let's do it right. Let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun in the second half of the NBA season. I appreciate all of you guys as a community. It's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun putting this video together. Hopefully it lasts the length of time. I'll be promoting this video throughout the NBA season, because obviously these bets should be good for a while. I don't know how the odds will change. Time will tell. But hopefully they change in our favor, because like I said, I believe in what we put out today. And hopefully, like I said, these are value shots, so we really only need to hit one or two of these bets to make money on the whole video. So that's kind of the idea of how I set this up. Is I have picks at the beginning that I believe are absolute locks. I believe the Mavericks to make the playoffs, Suns to make the play-in, I believe to me are locks, and Thunder to win the championship, pretty close. And like I said, the only team that I see giving them trouble was the Mavericks. And if that happens, I'll be pretty happy. And our Rookie of the Year candidates, guys, take it for what it is. I take value. I'm not the type of guy to take the 1-to-1 in that type of a spot. When I see guys like Collier and Wells around Castle, that I would honestly give it to right now. If things stay the same with Isaiah Collier, I'm giving it to Isaiah Collier as a voter. But then again, I'm a little biased. But I appreciate you guys, though. Long video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Share it with your friends. And we will catch you back tomorrow, hopefully for some more NBA action. Who knows? We'll come up with something, though. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.